All right, it's time to start up the Immortal podcast. Let's bring episode 27 in 5, 4, 3, 2. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Echo with episode 27 of the Immortal podcast, and today we're here with another special guest, and of course, Nemo from the Scrappy Academy YouTube channel. Let's take a look who we got here today. Of course, Anna Cake Live, our friend from Twitch and YouTube, and Nemo from the Scrappy Academy YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing well today. Let me remind you what we do here on the podcast. We start this thing out with a couple of questions that we have planned out for the show, and then it is all about your questions from the community regarding Diablo Immortal, or really anything that you want to talk about, even if it is off topic. Anna, thanks for coming to the show today. How you doing?
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm doing great. Today is a chill day. Today is today's Sunday. Nothing. We don't have Writers of Exile today in Diablo Immortal. So today I am chilling and joining you on this wonderful podcast.
We're happy to have you. We had you a ways back, when we were in one of the alphas or betas, so happy to have you back again. Yes, we have a little bit of a break from the Rite of Exile. Nemo, what's up with you, man? How you doing? And good morning.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone. I'm doing fantastic. Really excited. Thanks for having me, of course. I'm pretty pumped to talk about a bunch of Diablo Immortal stuff. We've been playing for another week. More stuff's been unlocked. We just did the Shadow War. There's a lot of stuff going on, so let's get to it.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I want to start here today, and that's the Shadow Wars. This is something that's kind of new to all of us. We've never done it before. It's something that is just completely new to Diablo Immortal, and I know that myself and you, Nemo, and Anna as well have participated in this. So, Nemo, why don't you kind of fill everyone in on what went on with our Shadow War, what this whole thing is, and then we're going to kick it over to Anna to see how hers went.
Sure, sounds good. So the Shadow War is basically a way for the Shadows to determine which of the top 10 Dark Clans are going to be going into the Rite of Exile. It's a new system that basically has two battles, a battle on Thursday and then a battle on Saturday. From 7 to 9 p.m., I believe. They start at 7 p.m. server time. You have to sign up for it on Monday. You get the whole clan, and actually, really, if you think about it high level, it actually should be 90 players out of your clan. So almost everybody should show up to this battle, and you battle in a bracket system against another clan to see which one wins. You move on to Saturday, you battle there as well, and then you determine which of the top 10 dark clans are going to go into the Rite of Exile. The battles are actually kind of fun. There's a main battle and then two support battles. And in the main battle, the Dark Clan's leader becomes the raid boss and has to fight the 30 members of the other clan. So it's kind of a cool thing where the members of one clan are fighting the raid boss or clan leader of the other clan. And there's also two support battles that buff the main battle. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But that's kind of how high level how it works. And we did really well. Our clan ended up winning on Thursday. So we won against one of the other clans. And on Saturday, yesterday, we got pinned against one of our other family clans, another Scrappy Echo clan. We had a blast, a lot of fun, and came out victorious at the end. So we ended up winning our Shadow War.
Yeah, and that was cool. That was like a win-win situation because we were the Scrappy Echoes, and I think it was Scrappy Echoes Mischief we played against. So either way, a Scrappy Echo came out on top. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. A part of the game that I really didn't spend, and none of us spent any time playing prior. But Anna, I know that you guys participated with your chickens as well. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, it also was an absolute blast for our community. Also, we participated in two wars, in two battles in the Shadow War so far. And the first one was the first one was like the training round. No one knew exactly how it's gonna be. You could practice a little bit, yeah. So the instructions from the game there that you can go to the Rite of Exile building and practice in the challenge Rite of Exile. So kinda, but not quite we understood what's going to happen. Also, I was playing first battle on PC. On PC, guys, probably you also saw those problems. On PC, it's quite laggy so far, but hopefully it will be fixed soon. The second battle I was playing on mobile, and it was way better. And the first battle for us, the clan who we were against, they were also not so many people arrived from their clan, so it was quite easy for us. But the second battle was an absolute blast. It was a really cool experience because we had a clan who was more powerful than us, and they were not expecting us. No, like they were not expecting that they will have any problems with us. They had also a lot of people appeared, but well, we won. We crushed them. We smashed them absolutely. We were victorious chickens, and we had really a lot of fun.
Oh, congratulations on the win. And it is fun. I mean, it's fun PvP and it is nice. We had the same experience where, you know, the first day we had a pretty easy battle on our hands, but day two, everyone kind of knew they made their way through already, and then it was a nice experience. So I want to talk about spend so far. I know that you're primarily a PC gamer. You're playing a lot of Diablo Immortal on PC, but I see you with your coffee in the morning on the phone as well. Nemo has talked, and I spoke last week about how much we spent inside of the game. I'll start. My number hasn't changed. I've spent 130 bucks. I bought packs, and I bought the Boon of Plenty. I bought the level 45 deal, and I purchased the battle pass, of course. I spent that money because I had spent it in beta, and the plan was I was just gonna re-spend that money because it was there in credits. But I've decided that moving forward, I'm probably only going to buy the battle pass, possibly the Boon of Plenty, not sure. So I'll be looking at $5 to $15 a month I'm going to be spending on the game. And I think for me, at least right now, that's where I'm comfortable. Nemo, you want to just quickly brief everyone on your spend so far inside of the game?
Sure. Mr. Moneybags, I've had the $540 of Diablo Immortal beta credits from the testing from last test. So I actually spend all of it. So I'm no longer have any money, and my plan is that I'm gonna just buy the battle pass from now on, and just continue going. The money I spend is basically done for the videos that are coming up. There's a bunch of tests that I'm doing. $540 total for me.
Money bags. And how about you, Anna? How much have you spent inside of the game?
I spent so far $10 for Battle Pass and for Platinum at the beginning of the game because I wanted to create a clan really early. You can get it for creating a clan. You need Platinum, and you can get it from the game after 6 or 8 days. But I wanted to create a clan earlier, and that's why for me it was important to start it like as soon as possible. And also, Battle Pass is absolutely amazing, absolutely worth it, really cool thing to have. I could not test anything, I could not buy, unfortunately, anything during the beta because I had the problems with Google. And from Europe, yeah, some people had I don't know, some problem with the Google Play, and Google Play were not allowing purchases in the beta, and that's why like I didn't have any credits. So that's only for me, like everything new, everything only I can buy things only now when the game is actually released. And so far that's my plan. Battle Pass is absolutely a must, and totally worth buying it. And I'm hoping, yeah, to buy Battle Pass every month, but we'll see how it will go.
Cool. Well, speaking of Battle Pass, and I just see someone asking in the chat, which is why I'm going to bring it up. We did our drawing for the first Battle Pass giveaway. We did the drawing a few days ago. Everyone that won was emailed, and we do have another giveaway coming up in just a few days, I believe. So make sure you stick around. Nemo and I plan on giving away 25 Battle Passes every 2 weeks for the community. The $5 Battle Pass, which in my opinion, that's where the value is right there. The $15 one, I don't know. You get a little bit more cosmetics and 10 levels of progression, but really, it doesn't matter. I spent the $15 one this time. Next time around, I'll be spending the, I'll be going with just the $5 version. Now, we did have a question come through that I want to just jump to, because remember, we do get your questions right here. It's from my dad, and my dad asks, are we going to stop spoon farming? Kill drops must me disappear 10 minus... Okay, confusing question. Love the avatar. And spoon farming, Nemo just put a video out on this the other day. I piggybacked his video just a few hours later about what's going on with people putting their spoon on top of the phone, auto farming. It's like an auto clicker style thing. Nemo, since this was your thing that you found, kind of just give a quick summary. What's spoon farming? Is it that big a deal inside of the game, and will they stop it? Because I have a few ideas of how they could stop it if they wanted to.
So I put out a video a few days ago. It's basically, and again, half the video I was joking, right? Half of it. I mean, I'm trying to keep a straight face. I don't know if anybody of you have actually watched my videos and seen it, but I'm trying not to laugh. So obviously, I'm not super serious about it. Some people are like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with you?" People calling me a snitch and stuff. It's not a big deal. Bottom line is, I've been running around the library of Zoltan Cool, that area where there's a lot of monsters and pretty much everybody kind of just sits there in camps and gets, a bunch of kills, right? An area that I think that they probably should kind of nerf anyway. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Anyway, I was farming there, and I see a lot of people just standing in place and doing like yoga. Or, well, not yoga, but they're just standing there and they're just like smashing air. And I'm just like, what is happening? So I stood there for like 10 minutes running around the place, and everybody's doing that in a group together, like in sync. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Finally, after some back and forth and looking around, basically I thought maybe they're just bots. They're standing in place. Because if the enemies spawn around there and you're standing there just doing this the whole time, eventually you're just going to kill some enemies. So if you're able to do this for like 3 or 4 hours or whatever, you just come back to a bunch of loot. I mean, it's really not like it's not something that you should be doing. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. But I guess if you go to sleep, so they figured out how to do this by taking a spoon and placing it on the attack button and just leaving their phone with their attack button just being pressed the whole time. And so I dubbed it spooning. So that's what spooning is. Echo.
Well, thank you very much for the description of spooning. Yeah, it's something silly. Is it game breaking? No. Is it should it be there? I don't think that it should, but again, it's just something that I saw come through and I want to bring up. Nemo, have you grabbed any questions from the chat yet? I'm scrolling through right now.
So there's some interesting ones. So there's one question about sort of actually about pay to win, and it's actually coming from our Discord server, the Scrappy Echoes Discord server. We have a section in there for pod questions, which, by the way, you should come and join. I'm sure it's in Echoes, one of the links down there, and you can drop your questions in there as well. As make sure you drop it in the chat and tag us, me and Echo, so we can see them. The question is, what is your take on two different types of legendary crests, Eternal Crest versus the Legendary Crest? So for some of you who don't know, there's actually two different types of legendary crests now. You have the regular legendary crests that we all knew were around, where you could just go and get them and then play and get your legendary gems. But you also have Eternal legendary crests. Now it's a new edition that was not in beta. And basically what these are is these Eternal crests are produce gems that you're able to trade or sell on the market. So if you just get a regular legendary crest, the gem that you get from it, you can't go and sell it on the market. The Eternal legendary crests are the only ones that you're able to trade, well, get the gem from that you can trade on the market. And those are the only ones that you actually have to pay for. So a lot of people are upset because the free-to-play player who's not going to get the Eternal legendary crest. They're going to get the regular legendary crest, and therefore they're not going to be able to trade the gem on the market. And why is that important? Well, it's very important because you could get lucky in one of the legendary drops and maybe get yourself one of those like really good 4 out of 5 star or 3 out of 5 star gem. Like for you, it doesn't make any sense. If you're a free-to-play player, like what is the point of that? You need like thousands of dollars in order to upgrade that gem and get it to a higher level. So it's almost like worthless, But you don't want to take the gem and infuse it into other gems because it only gives you 32 gem boost power. So you have this 3 or 4 out of 5 star gem that you're stuck with because you can't upgrade it because you don't have any money, but you also now can't trade it on the market because those really go for a lot of money. You can take one of those gems and sell it for like 120,000 platinum. That's what they're going for, like $120, $200 pretty much on the market. But with the Eternal legendary crest being only something that you can buy, free-to-play player can't sell them. High level, that's what is going on. Echo. So what do you think about that?
I saw what I think here. I saw some content creators putting out videos about it. I honestly didn't dive too deep into that at all. I got more of an education from you on it right now than I did on myself looking into research. I feel like some things that we need to keep in mind right now is Diablo Immortal came out. I think the game is great. I think it has some things that could be worked on to make it even better. A lot of that's around monetization. I actually recorded a video about that, which is going to be out in a few days, some ideas. But I feel like a lot of things that are being put out right now about, maybe the hate around Diablo Immortal or the pay-to-win elements, a lot of it is just, it's the hot topic right now as far as like the content creator scene. And that's why we're seeing so much of it for some big creators, and they're really blowing things up. Now, are there issues there? 100%. Do I want to see certain things change with all of that? 100%. I think that it should. But I do also think that it is the hot topic. That's why we're seeing it on these gaming news channels, some of these big content creators and such. Now, Anna, I want to bring it back to you and ask, since you are a PC person and this is a new monetization system really from what you're used to, What are your thoughts overall on it? And how do you plan to compete as a person who's just spending $5 a month inside of the game? Like, what's your strategy here so that you could enjoy the game and still, and still try and push to be one of the stronger players?
So far, I am one of the strongest players on my server. And it's not like I have a specific strategy. It's more like I want to see how long can I enjoy the game, how long can I have fun, how long our community can have fun. So far, of course, we hear a lot of talk. So of course, like all of this hype around monetization, that yeah, everything is really bad. Yeah, it's all around right now. But at least for us, our community has a blast. We have a lot of fun. We like in my community, I don't think anyone is spending too much. We don't have any whales. We will have like a battle pass or like some purchases in the game, but so far it's incredibly fun. How long can we go like this? How long can we be really on top? We're playing a lot of hours every day. I am personally, even though I always played on PC, I am so enjoying that with basically one button I can switch from PC to mobile. For example, I can, but I personally find the controls on mobile a bit better, a bit intuitive. And that's why when I'm pushing, I'm using mobile. I'm just switching on my phone and I'm pushing with my phone, and I'm enjoying it a lot. How it will be later, how it will be in a month, let's see. Let's see what will happen. So far, it's just absolutely amazing.
Oh, I love hearing that. And coming from you, who is a light spender, spending $10 inside of the game, seeing that you're seeing that success right now is cool. It's nice to know that you're enjoying it and stuff like that. Now, something that I always tell people is, people say the monetization inside of the game is predatory. It's really bad. It attacks people that have a weakness for being sucked into stuff, addiction things and things like that. And I think that the best thing that I could say is, if you are having those kinds of issues, if you're someone that is getting sucked into these deals, you need to just completely ignore. Well, first of all, you could do two things. One, not play the game, right? And that's one. The other could be completely ignore the shop. It's not like when you're on the game, you're getting pop-ups every 5 minutes for buy this, buy that. Essentially, when you get to a new zone, an offer becomes available. There's really no pop-ups at all. So if you could just ignore the shop and spend absolutely nothing, enjoy what right now. Let's try and get him back in. Anna too. Are you still seeing? Okay, we got Nemo back.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. It was
All
still
right.
going.
Weird. Okay, well, let's get you on. I was asking, coming from being in the mobile space, Nemo, how do you
Mhm.
feel about, like, what, I mean, other games, we've seen other games with this kind of monetization system and stuff like this. We have Anna back right now. So for me, I was trying to say, I don't know what you caught there. This isn't something new that I've seen, right? I mean, I played a game called Rise of Kingdoms for a long time, and very pay to win element to it. And actually, you could spend money inside of the game and you could get attacked and you could lose all of the power that you had paid for. So you could spend 10 grand inside of the game. By the way, that was not even a crazy spend inside of that game. And someone could come with all of the server, attack you, and really just drain you of all that power that you paid for. So in Diablo Immortal, you are able to do things to boost your power from spending, but it can't be taken away. You're just going to kind of rule in the server in PvP. But in that game, it was even worse because you could spend and then lose, which was, kind of crazy. So Nemo, what's your experience with this type of mechanic inside of these games?
Yeah, I mean, we've been sort of conditioned for this in a sense, right? If you think about it, all of the mobile games are pay to win. I mean, there are some that aren't, but they aren't very good. And there's a lot of other games like you were saying, the Rise of Kingdoms ones, where you actually, I mean, there's some people who spent. I'm not even kidding you. I've seen YouTube videos where the whales have spent like $120,000 on an account. And in Rise of Kingdoms, you're able to lose that. Like somebody can just come in and literally, like Echo said, drain you of all of your power. I mean, they would lose that in a day and they just regain it back. So in that sense, it's pretty crazy. But we have been conditioned to have the mobile market be this way. And I mean, how do I feel about it? I of course would rather not have a pay to win element in any of the games, but that is
Mm-hmm.
the case. So I don't know. I don't know where the end game here is, but at the end of the day, I think every mobile game is pay to win, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, some of them I call it pay to progress because you can get some more quickly. What I would like to see is just have it so that free to play players can get to that top level even without paying, and there's nothing that they have to pay for to get there. By the way, the biggest spender in Rise of Kingdoms has spent over $1 million on their account, which is insane.
Wow.
Which is insane. And obviously he's an outlier, but on a mobile game, could you imagine spending that much money? Crazy stuff. But let's move on away from that element of the game. We'll talk more about that at other points. We have a question that just came through, Nemo. This one was specifically tagged to you. Any recommendations how to push a set of 6 pieces equipped 1-star gems to the max as we play on star 2, and 5 are too expensive to even invest on? So this is kind of to the strategy that you were talking about. If you want to be free to play, maybe we should be looking at these 1-star gems rather than the 2-star or the 5-star gems. What are your thoughts? What's your strategy for that?
Yeah, so this is a tough one. So this is what I'm actually building a sort of a guide on now. But if you really think about it, right, there's no way that a free-to-play player or anybody who doesn't have a lot of money is going to be able to get to the rank 10 of any legendary 5-star gem or possible 5 out of 5-star gem. Because it's going to require just 75 pieces of the same gem, as well as all of the boosts that you need in order to get the gems there. And that's just for one gem. But at the end of the day, the goal of gem is to get them to a rank 10 and then resonate them. So 1, you get all of the cool, looks, right? Because cosmetics are actually built into this resonation system. And then 2 is to be able to get more boost out of your power, right? Because once you resonate them, you're able to infuse more gems into them, and then get at the end of the day, if you resonate it to max, you get +2 damage and +3 damage and +2 on every skill for each gem that you resonate and put into your gear. On top of that, when you resonate the gem, you also get the really cool abilities, right? It increases some of the abilities of your gear. And long story short, you definitely want to resonate a gem to the highest level eventually. And you don't want it now, or if you can't do it now, it's understandable. It's end game system. So eventually you'll get there.
I see you, Anna, back. Looks like there's some kind of
why.
connection issues. Not sure what's up. Well, I'm going to ask you a question, Anna, while we wait for Nemo to get back. Oh, Nemo's back. Nemo, I don't know what's going on. There seems to be a connection issue, but
To me?
you're back now. I don't know, because Anna's getting kicked off too, so possibly it's me.
Well, I had such a good explanation, man.
I know.
And I
You
was
were-
like, halfway through it, I was like, oh, damn it.
I know you were. You were going so strong. Well, let's pick up where you left off. You were talking. You pick up from the halfway point when you realized that you were just frozen on the screen. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. So, long story short, at the end of the day, the high level is you want to make sure that you get all of your gems to the highest power, and you want to rank them 10 and resonate them. But in order to do that, you need lots of money, or you're going to need a lot of gems, right? A 5-star or a possible 5-star gem requires 75 of its own gem to upgrade it, as well as all of the gem power to do it. So if you're not going to get there, what's the point? Well, so what you want to do is you want to probably get 2 or 3 of those 1-star gems, the ones that are specific to your build. For example, a barbarian, a trick shot gem is definitely something that you want. Whether it's a 5 or not, you definitely want that gem. You take it and you infuse it and you upgrade it. You do that with 2 or 3 gems. There's also a 2-star gem, 1 or 2 that are actually quite good, like the power and command one and all of those. You could continually upgrade those. And while you're sitting there and waiting, I would, if you get one of those nice 5-star gems, maybe rank it like 1 time and just keep it, because it's going to give you a lot of resonance. It's going to give you more resonance and more combat boost than any of the other 1-star or 2-star gems that you haven't upgraded. So it might be a good idea because it'll give you more power. Plus, it gives you those cool abilities. Like if you're PvPing, a Phoenix of the Ashes is almost like a guarantee, right? You need a gem because it brings you back to life 1 time. Or there's specific other gems that are like the Blood-Soaked Jade. It increases your damage. So you definitely want that, right? Those specific gems may be a good thing to wear until you get to the higher resonations on the other ones. But that's the best bet. You're never going to be able to get the gems to the 5-star gems to the max level if you're a free-to-play player. So, I mean, there's not even a point of dreaming about it. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Good point. Now, something that I would do, though, because you never know when changes are going to come to the game. Blizzard could be looking at this and saying, uh-oh, we need to make some changes. So, for me, Phoenix of the Ashes, I actually have it slotted right now. Not upgraded whatsoever. But I'm not going to get rid of that gem. I'm not going to use it as food, because if for say there's some way that we could change this in the future and that we can upgrade that gem as a free-to-play player or a low spender, I mean, I'd want to have that gem. They don't drop as often. So Nemo, are you holding on to them, or are you completely dumping them when you get them and putting them into your 1 stars?
Some of them I'm dumping, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I get anything that's like a 3 and above, I try to put it on the market because right now I am Mr. Moneybags, right? And I'm able to use the eternal legendary quest. But anything else that comes from the regular legendary quest, I can't really market. And if I can't market and I'm not going to use it, what the hell is the point of keeping it? So yeah, I mean, as much as much as it sucks, I got a blessing of the worthy, a 3-star blessing of the worthy from a regular legendary gem. I was so pissed because I don't want it, I don't need it, but I could have sold that for like 100 something thousand plat on the market. And guess what I had to do with it? I had to
Would
infuse it into one of the gems for 32 gem boost because there's nothing else I needed for it. It was really sad. I didn't like it at all, to be honest with
that is too bad. Yeah, gems are tough. I hope for changes with gems. We'll have to see over time. Maybe there'll be some discussions to be had now. And I wanted to ask you, coming from the PC world, there are free to play PC games, but there are monetization systems inside of those PC games as well. So a couple like Destiny 2, you have Warframe, and then there's a whole bunch more. Like even games like Fortnite, which we know get monetized purely on cosmetics. What do you think of those games, and have you seen this mobile style monetization in any of these other PC titles that you've played in the past, or have you really not had any experience with it?
I don't think, no, man, such system, no, I never saw it. And that's why, plus, because in beta, I wasn't that much dealing with the shop, so for me, actually, how the game was released right now, it was quite a surprise. I could not buy things in beta. That's why for me right now, it's all absolutely new. I know about the systems, how, like, I believe in PC games, it's rarely like this. It's anyway the different system. PC community is different. And usually it's cosmetic shop or it's some chests. It is some things that you can buy from the game, which is always, there is a community discussions. Is it pay to win? Is Lost Ark pay to win or is it not pay to win? And how can we, how does this, like this particular item, this thing, this currency will be considered a pay to win for the game or not? But I can say that that at least I don't have that much experience with this on PC.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, a question just came through the chat. I didn't even have enough time to clip it, but it's an important one that I want to get to. It's from Johnny Ravioli. I love the name. And he said, I never understood the appeal of mobile games. You get nickeled and dimed and gets you spending 10 times more than you would for a AAA game with much lower experience. So this is how I want to address it really quickly. First of all, I like that Diablo Immortal is on PC as well. I never thought I'd play Diablo Immortal on PC, but I play it on PC a lot more than I ever thought that I would. But yesterday, for example, I had a birthday party for my nephew. I was 2 hours away, and we had our Shadow War. If it was only available on PC, I would have missed the event. But instead, I took my phone, I went downstairs to the basement, and I sat down, got on voice on Discord with Nemo and the whole Scrappy Academy and Scrappy Echoes family, and I participated in the event. I think that cross-play, being able to be on mobile and on PC, has to be the future. It really is one of the best features about Diablo Immortal. Anna's mentioned it. I think she mentioned it earlier on that, she's a PC person, yet she likes that she's able to jump back and forth. It just makes it easier, and it makes it, you're able to get on whenever you need to. Nemo, what do you think about this topic as well, the cross-play?
I absolutely love it. Right, that's one of the things that I always wanted since I was even a kid. I talked about this in some of the other episodes where one of the Sega Dreamcast, right, was it or something like that? They came out with something like similar, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever back in like 2000 something. So I always wanted that. I always wanted to play on PC and then take it with me on my phone. I travel a lot, I go places a lot, and it sucks to not be able to, do what you want to do with Immortal. So it's one of the best things in my opinion. And the whole idea of us having so much fun yesterday, we had like, what was it? It was like 40 or 50 people on one side and 40 or 50 people on the other side. So there was like over 100 family members, doing this whole Shadow War thing. It was a blast. There was a lot of fun. Everybody got on voice. There was so much teaming and things going on. This is exactly what gaming is all about. This is what it should be all about, social gaming. So I absolutely love that. This is one of the coolest things. And I was playing on PC, and then I went to my brother's house, so I grabbed the phone with me, continued playing, right over there. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah. I love the option of just being able to go where you need to go with it. We have another question that came
Yeah.
through. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to add to that, Anna?
Uh, just guys, I absolutely agree with you. I when Diablo Immortal Alpha, first Alpha was announced, I thought, no, first of all, I could not imagine that you can just in general, that you can bring the Diablo on mobile. That seems absolutely surreal. But then we played Alpha, we played then second Alpha, we played Beta, and I loved this experience. Anyway, I was streaming it, even if I was streaming it on the phone, but okay, phone connected to PC, so anyway, you are bound to your PC when you are streaming. But then off stream, I could go outside. I could always also do the dungeons when you're staying in the line somewhere, do some bounties when you're going somewhere. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing experience. Now I had my, when I announced the PC client that they're going to be PC version of Diablo Immortal, I had again my doubts. How could you bring mobile game? Because from my experience, I played a couple of mobile games on PC. It's usually not working properly. It's usually working really weird on PC. So I had my doubts that how it's all going to function on PC. But well, guys, I'm playing with a mouse and keyboard. We have some lags on PC. Yeah, it's stuck in sometimes, but this is like, it's nothing. We anyway can have a great experience on PC, easy peasy, doing dungeons, doing all the daily activities, everything on PC. And yeah, I believe like it's amazing, and it is the future. So like when this system is giving you freedom, you can play wherever you want and how you want. That's great.
Yeah, I agree as well. I'm actually using a controller on PC, and the only issue that I see, minus having control with my Hammer of the Ancients, when the spirit comes down, I have a difficult time utilizing the joystick, the right joystick, to get it to drop where I want it to. So that is a little hold up there. But there's a tiny bit of lag, like a millisecond of lag between hitting a button and having it happen on the screen, which it hasn't held me back from doing well in the game, but it's definitely annoying. Again, they're calling this a beta, right? Obviously, it's one of the newest things to Blizzard's Diablo Immortal. It was one of the last things that they started implementing into the game, so I anticipate it getting better over time. And honestly, I have my tablet here, which is old, and I was going to replace it, but I just now play on PC instead and on my phone when I'm on the go, and it works well. So we have David here. He says it's really discouraging when the developers aren't even responding to the criticism. So I'm bringing this up because I've had friends, whether they're from the community friends or real life friends, reach out to me. I mean, my comment section, they get blown up. It's what's happening right now. And as a creator, it really is sometimes hard to look at that stuff. I put years into the channel. I do this because I love the game. I love the community that we've built. And when all the negativity comes through, I'm going to be honest, it really isn't good. It does not make me feel very good at all. And content creators are taking a huge hit, and we're essentially the voice of Blizzard right now. So David's asking, when will they respond? First of all, they may never respond to this. I don't know. And if they do respond, they're going to come through with, it has to be their planned response. They're just not going to have, Wyatt hop on the microphone one day and record something, from the seat of his pants. It needs to be put together. This is a big company. They plan out how that stuff goes. But Nemo, I know that Nemo has seen some of this as well. I think all content creators for Diablo Immortal, unless if you're one of the content creators that's just out there, crapping on the game, saying negative stuff about it, where the community that hates on it is going to agree with you. We're all feeling a bit of this. But something that I will say, and this is why I bring this up, Nemo, in the past, Blizzard has really taken into account what players wanted with the game. Through the alphas and the betas, Anna, you were there too. Controller support never was planned. They ended up bringing it to the game. PC support, I still can't believe it's here, but they brought that to the game. They've really implemented changes for quality of life for players so that we could have a better experience playing. So I wouldn't be surprised if things were modified along the way as far as the monetization goes. Now, obviously, that could be a little bit more tricky because we've had people that have spent, and then how do you make up for that if the system changes. Nemo, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that it's a possibility that things could change, that Blizzard's going to even give a response, or that it's just going to kind of roll on past it and keep doing what we're doing with the game? What do you think is going to happen here?
A question. So, if there is a response, if there is any kind of response, it will come in the form of a blog post in the next change, and it's just going to be in addition to whatever else they're changing. They aren't going to like come in and say, "All right, guys, sorry, yep, you're right, you're mad. We're just gonna we'll just change everything." No. If they are going to change, first of all, they do listen to the community, right? They always listen. They've proven they've listened to the community. Some of the leveling restrictions are actually the community complaining, and this is why some of the stuff like the server Paragon system came around. Even is we asked for it. We being the community of alpha and beta testers. So there is a possibility for sure that they might adjust certain things and fix things, right? Because it is just a first round, right? They just kind of dropped the game in. Now, as far as how they would do it with definitely some sort of a blog post. Now, will they do it? This is a really tough question, but I don't think there's going to be any major changes to any of the pay-to-win systems. I honestly don't think that it's even up to the developers. There's I work for a big company, the big company that pushes a lot of software and etc. These types of things are not, in my opinion, I mean, I'm not speaking about Blizzard because I do not know what's going on over there. But in my personal experience, these types of things are decided by executives and by the marketing and sales teams who are above any of the developers. You don't even get a choice. You develop your software, you do your thing, you push it up, and then they make the decision. So it's not really up to the developers. So I don't think that it's really going to be changed unless the high executives look at something like this. But the game just pushed out. There's a lot of stuff going on. So there will be adjustments, but I don't think some people in the comments are saying they're going to get rid of Legendary Crest. I don't think so.
No, I don't think something that drastic would happen. And something I want to add on to before I kick it over to you, Anna, is, we did our podcast 2 weeks ago with Wyatt, and people are still watching that podcast, and a lot of hate is getting directed towards him, saying that, he's a liar and all this stuff. But you just said it right there, Nemo. He's the developer of the game. He's making the game. He does not determine monetization inside of the game. He doesn't make those decisions. And, who knows how some of the people that made the game or are in that part of the game feel about the monetization system. I don't know. We probably never will know directly. But it's just a great point that there are people, and you work for a large company, you see this in action every day with your company, and it's no different here. Blizzard is a huge business. Yes, they make video games, which we experience and enjoy casually, but they are a business that makes a lot of money, and they have teams for that specifically. Anna, was there something you wanted to add on that topic?
Yeah, I don't know, like, obviously, it is a market. Legendary Crest will go away, and I'm not hoping for that. I'm hoping for some changes. I'm hoping for more chances. There is some aspects of the game that are completely that you can't do as a free-to-play player. So you can't get this, how it's called, the item that will allow you to resonate your gear, that will allow you to upgrade to level 10, something like this. Just can't get it from the game. You can get it only from the cash shop. And the whole legendary gems system, I would just hope for some adjustments and for better chances for you to get it from the game. Because, guys, actually, I heard, like, with besides all the hate with this pay to win system that we are getting, also I see a lot of comments. I see community, I don't know, opinion, a lot of comments. I see that it is the best mobile game ever. That I see actually the positive feedback about the game. That it is an amazing game, a mobile game, amazing mobile game. And I understand it is the market. Mobile market is working like this. Mobile market is pay to win. But maybe it is possible for the best mobile game on this market to change the market a little bit. I'm not saying tomorrow we are completely getting rid of all the pay to win elements. I'm saying just maybe we can go a little bit in the direction where free-to-play players can also get something from the game or get more from the game.
I love that you brought that up, because it's really easy as a content creator, or really anyone, to get wrapped up in all the negativity, because the negativity is loud. That's what's screaming at you in your comments. That's what's coming on your live streams or your social networks with, abrasive things to say. But you're right. Actually, my editor, who edits all of my content for the channel, we were talking about, how it's emotionally draining to see some of that. So he sent over just screenshot after screenshot of comments from the comment section that were what you were just talking about, positive, saying how this is a great game, they're really enjoying it and all of that. So we can't forget that, in my opinion, I would say the majority of the people that are playing Diablo Immortal are enjoying it in any way that they want to, whether they're free to play, a light spender, or someone that's spending more money than most would want to. There's a lot of ways to enjoy the game. So thank you for bringing that point up, that really, in reality, most people are enjoying the game, and this is, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, mobile game. And now we have some big ones that just came out, like Apex Legends Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile is another huge one, huge titles that Diablo Immortal is out there competing against, number one in the App Store over those games. That says something. We have a question coming in from Mr. Skills. He says, Echo, what kind of PvP mode have yet to be released for Diablo Immortal? I'd love to see 2v2 and stuff like that. Now, when we had Wyatt on, he did say something about how they were interested in other types of PvP, because now it's really just, the one thing, and then you have the Shadows versus the Immortals. They definitely, I don't want to say teased, but they mentioned that there's interest in future elements inside of the game regarding PvP. And I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler here for my video that's coming out in 2 days or so. That different game modes in a whole different system is one of the ways that I feel can kind of save the game, and that's how I'm titling the video, actually, can save the game from this pay to win hate that we're getting right now, is another way to implement that stuff. Nemo, anything that you recall from our conversations with Wyatt on the last podcast where he mentioned 2v2 or other style game modes, things like that?
Yeah. Well, the few things that they did say, they said that this system, or the whole cycle of strife and the beginning PvP system, is just the start, right? They said this is the beginning stages of PvP. So there are definitely a lot of other modes that are coming, and they're considering them. Now, when are they coming? It's probably much later, but they are talking about it. One of the things they said is definitely not coming is they said 1v1 is not going to be a thing that they want to do. I don't know why. I think because maybe they tried it in one of the other Diablos and it didn't work or something like that. He mentioned that. But otherwise, he said that there are definitely a whole bunch of other PvP possibilities once we get over there in the future. So I think that's about all he mentioned about PvP. Echo.
All right, that's fair. Now, Anna, question for you. What do you think about PvP inside of Diablo Immortal? I mean, there hasn't been much PvP in Diablo in the past, and it seems like this is an element of the game that you're enjoying. So, how do you okay, let's bring up D4, for example. Now, obviously, everyone's talking what's going to happen to D4 now that Diablo Immortal is here. Maybe Diablo 4 is going to take some of the successful things from Diablo Immortal, put it inside of that game, which I absolutely think they will do. I think that if things are doing great in Immortal, why wouldn't you take those things and put them into the newest PC version? What do you want to see in Diablo 4 about, that we're seeing in Diablo Immortal?
Shadows and Immortals, this whole system, Shadow War so far is absolutely amazing. I am not a PvP player. So there is in Diablo Immortal, the main PvP arena is a battleground where players are competing against each other. I'm playing it once a day or 3 times a day to get just the game rewards for completing it every day. But I am not quite that person who is enjoying this type of like arena fights. I can say that it's my thing, but Shadow War and the whole clan activity, PvP, such a social activity where you're building a clan, when you're playing with your friends, when you're gathering together, when you are together fighting, you're together leveling, you're helping each other to level, to fight then against other players. This is an ultimate blast for me. Totally, for me, battleground should exist for a lot of people. It's absolutely magnificent, but for me, Clan Wars and Shadow Wars is really incredibly interesting. We still have Rite of Exile will be there for us, and it will be like the next level of this clan PvP activity. And this is absolutely magnificent for that, at least for me. For our community, we are having a lot of fun here. And this I would love to see in some way. Yeah, it's not going to be Shadows against Immortals. It's going to be someone against someone. But in some way, I definitely think that this should be in Diablo 4. Diablo 4 also should be a social game where you are together with your friends, gathering together for some events and destroying everyone and, I don't know, making jokes about other clans.
No, I agree. I mean, that's what gaming is now, right? Back in D3 days when that game was made, it wasn't like that. Things have changed a lot along the way, and I would anticipate Diablo 4 also changing. We have a question here, and it's a controversial one that I'm going to bring up. Be ready, Nemo. It says, it's from Benjamin, and just know we're not scared to tackle these questions, okay? The creator should also take some blame. They shouldn't encourage such an evil, aggressive version of in-app transactions. Not only does it make it unbalanced, it could literally ruin people. Now, this is where a lot of that argument is. Sorry, Nemo, if I'm pulling you in a conversation you don't want to come in on. If you want to pass, you can.
No,
But
go for it.
I want to address it. Okay. First of all, I put out a video that talks about ways to play the game so that you don't get negatively impacted by this, right? In that video, I spoke about knowing your lane, knowing how you want to play the game, whether it's a free-to-play player, whether it's a light spender, medium spender, or a whale. If you're someone that doesn't have any money, that's someone that doesn't have the money to spare to spend inside of any game, or even to buy a game, this is why Diablo Immortal is great, because you have the opportunity to play the game for free. What you need to do is ignore the shop. Don't buy those things in the shop, and just have the willpower to stay away from it. If you're a medium spender, or I should say a light spender, you want to buy the Battle Pass, the Boon of Plenty monthly, support the developers of the game, that's cool, you get some cool rewards out of it, but no, that's where you're going to be stopping. You're not going to be going beyond. If you're a whale, you have no limit. You could spend what you wish. Diablo Immortal is new. We've seen games that come out, and over the years they develop and they turn into completely different games with completely different elements. Clash of Clans is a good example. It has 10 times itself with what the game's capabilities are over the years that it's been out. And I would anticipate seeing so much more coming to Diablo Immortal. This is initially right here, right now. So me as a content creator, in none of my content am I telling people to go buy this in the shop, or this is something that, you need to have. I go and I tell what I value in the shop. So I personally think that the Battle Pass is probably the only thing that I would recommend to people, because 1, you get great value out of it. 2, it's only $5. And 3, it encourages grind. It's rewards that you gain along the way, which for me is an enjoyable part of playing any game. I buy Battle Passes in the majority of the games that I play. They range from $5 to $10. Here you can get it for $5. But if you're someone that has struggles putting food on the table, you should definitely 100% be playing for free. I would never encourage people to spend money inside of a video game, whether it be PC, mobile, or anything that they can't afford, or that kind of pushes them beyond their means. That's something that I put out in a video, and I think that us as content creators, Nemo and Anna, because we're playing this game, people look at it and they say, you're telling people that they should go down this evil path of this toxic monetization, and that's really not the case. I love playing Diablo Immortal. I think it's a great game, and like any game, there are things that I don't like about it, and we have high hopes that those will change, as we talked about earlier. This is really becoming an episode about monetization now, isn't it? It needs to be clear that just because we're playing it and enjoying it doesn't mean that we're encouraging people to open up their wallets and throw everything at Blizzard and at Diablo Immortal. I think everyone needs to know their means there. Anna or Nemo, is there anything that you want to add to that, to kind of defend us as content creators, I guess is the best way of putting it? What do you think, if anything?
Sure, I can go first. So, few things. Okay, number one, we are just as surprised at some of the monetization systems as you are. So remember, when we played these, only beta had this type of testing. And if you also remember, we put out lots of videos talking about it. So it shouldn't really be a surprise that Diablo Immortal is now pay to win. We talked about it in some of the videos. Now, I know that for some people who are just coming into this, maybe to them it's something that's, and on top of that, this is a Diablo game, so they feel like it's very close to their heart, right? Diablo, some people grew up on Diablo 1, 2, and 3. They've been playing it for a while. So when they see this new mobile monetization system that's coming in, it just feels foreign to them. And so they attack it. And that's what they do. Now, I ask you a question. Isn't it better that we're putting out videos, which, by the way, my videos are 100% facts. I do not say anything that's wrong in the game. I don't encourage anybody either. I literally take a medium stance, but where I present all of the facts to you. And then you make the decision whether it's pay to win, whether it's free to play, whether you want to play it, whether you don't want to play it. But if I didn't make videos and actually showed the community what's going on in the game, some high level systems, the gem resonance, etc., what's going on, and guess what? Nobody would know about it. If I just wanted to get on the train with everyone else and just start bashing Blizzard, well, that's not very effective, is it? I want to come up with a proper solution. I want to make sure that when I document and I say something, I prove it with facts. And therefore, that takes time. So we're working on videos. But at the end of the day, why would I just sit there and bash the game? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. That's just completely counterproductive. That's how I feel about it.
All right. Anna, do you have anything that you want to add, or shall we move on?
No, I just want to say that I'm also receiving a lot of comments about this. People are blaming me in supporting the evil himself, basically, and I don't know. I'm the second person. There is the evil himself, and I'm the second person there because I'm playing Diablo Immortal. But we just wanna have fun, like with our community, and so far we do have fun. We do have a lot of fun, and I don't know, guys. It's just because I am in this industry as a woman in this industry. When I was playing Diablo 2, okay, I was playing Diablo 2 on PC. I was receiving comment that how dare I as a woman, young woman, how dare I play Diablo 2? This is the game for the pro gamers, and
I remember
how
that.
this is happening that I'm playing Diablo 2. Now I'm receiving also comments that how dare I play Diablo Immortal if it is pay to win. But I just would love to say to people that, yeah, like, leave us in peace, kinda. Let people just play and have fun where they wanna play, where they wanna have fun, and the way they wanna have fun.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't think any of us here make videos on YouTube about games because we don't enjoy playing games. I mean, down to the roots of all this, I love playing video games. That's why I'm able to be here and do what I'm doing, because I love playing games. It sounds kind of silly, but we're able to do that, which is awesome, and we're enjoying playing this game. There are many games. If you look at my main YouTube channel, the Echo Gaming channel, over the years, I've gone through many different games that I played on that channel, and some of them I transitioned out of because I just don't enjoy playing it anymore, and I'm not going to play something that I'm not enjoying. I'm enjoying playing Diablo Immortal, which is why I'm going to continue playing it. Now, we had a comment that came through, which I just want to address directly. David said he was reacting to me saying willpower, like the willpower. He said that's like asking a gambling addict to stop being a gambling addict, but in reality, there are tricks in casinos that keep them gambling. What I would give as a recommendation to a gambling addict would be to stay out of Vegas. Don't put yourself in that situation. What I would say to someone that has those same addiction type things playing Diablo Immortal is either stay out of the shop or don't play Diablo Immortal. If someone has a weakness towards that type of influence, don't put yourself in that situation. The last thing that I want are any people playing any game to get hurt by a game. Again, we're playing this stuff for enjoyment because we love playing video games. And if playing any game makes you in a bad situation, you shouldn't play it. Even, let's take gambling out of it, and let's talk about rage. There are games that I get angry at when I play, where I'm addicted to playing. Like, Call of Duty is one of them. I get addicted to playing. You just want to play more, and then I die and I get so mad. And honestly, it's not fun to die. It's not fun to get mad, but I keep getting sucked in for more and more, and I could win next time. It's a similar addiction type talk, except for in this case, it's not talking about monetization. So, in my opinion, if it's something that you don't get fulfillment and enjoyment out of, and if it negatively impacts you in any way, then you just shouldn't play it, or shouldn't play the parts of it that get you in that position. Before we move on, Anna and Nemo, any other things you want to address on this topic? And if not, Nemo, what other questions have we grabbed here from the community?
No, I think high level of it is right. Just make your own decision. Everybody gives you facts. Nobody has to sit there and champion any of your own ideas or sit there and basically be your voice, right? We have our own opinions, all of us. We're all adults here. But guess what? We're making factual videos. You make your own decision whether you want to play the game or not. Simple as that. So we should move on and talk about some of the other questions. One of the questions is actually about, actually it was way back since we got off the subject completely.
Okay.
Was one about the classes, right? So somebody said, hey, you chose the barbarian. Are you happy with your choice? So I'm going to answer this and then throw it back to you guys. So think about it. So it was a tough decision for me, right? Between the barbarian and the wizard, it was really tough. I couldn't make a decision. It was a game time one at the end of it. But yeah, I'm really happy with the fact that I chose a barbarian. I'm looking forward to the class change system, though, because there's been a bunch of other changes to the wizard class. So I would like, if it's good enough, where I can switch between them maybe once or twice, I would like to go to the wizard and see what the high level of that one is, because I definitely miss the wizard. But I'm so far happy with the barb. It's really OP. I just love the barbarian. So let me throw it to Anna. What do you think?
It's not OP. 1 second, Anna. It's not OP, Nemo. If you say OP, that's not a good thing to say. We don't want to lose the power of our barbarian.
You're right, I'm sorry. It's very balanced and very perfect, and I just love the barbarian. Sorry, Echo.
Thank you. All right, Anna, back to you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm playing currently Necromancer, and I have a beautiful pet build. But obviously, Diablo Immortal actually has the main. The developers, they did a main mistake. The most horrible thing: there is no witch doctor.
I knew it.
And how I'm calling Necromancer is just a dead witch doctor. No, kinda, yeah, the same idea. You're summoning a lot of pets, you're going with the pets, okay. You are dead witch doctor, you're commanding dead pets, okay, great. But yeah, I truly enjoy it. I do love it. It's amazing. I'm not regretting the choice. Also waiting for the class change feature, thinking about also maybe just starting leveling actually the different character. Also thinking about the wizard, by the way, because one wizard really nasty killed me in PvP once. He was shooting this laser beam at me and I could not run away from it. It was really bad. But I was thinking about that, yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea to start a wizard in the game. But so far, my Necromancer is quite nice.
Nice. I'm glad that you're happy with your choice. And we have Tough Nation saying, so the monk is trash in the game then. And no, the monk is awesome in the game. Some people are really enjoying the monk, actually. I don't think any classes are trash. I think they just have different play styles. And for me, I also am playing as the barbarian. And I love my barbarian. It is my favorite class. But, you see these other classes running around. You're like, man, I really want to play that. I really want to... For me... Believe it or not, it's the Demon Hunter. I see a lot of people running Demon Hunter, and it looks a lot of fun. Although I haven't played it in over a year since the first technical alpha, I kind of want to play Demon Hunter. But I guess we'll see. What do you think about the class change system that's incoming? So, Nemo, you and I are taking so much time building a perfect build for our Barbarian. The gear, the gems that we're upgrading, all of that. You as well, Anna, with your Necromancer. What's going to happen if you guys take your Necro and your Barb, you class transfer over to a Wizard? I feel like you're going to lose stuff. You're going to have the wrong gems upgraded. You may not have the gear. It's definitely going to be... It's not like an even transfer, like you have a perfect Barb and then you get a perfect Wizard. You're going to have your perfect Barb, but you're going to have to ditch. And you're going to have to get into a subpar Wizard, maybe the same levels, but you're going to need to change up the build of it, so you are gonna lose stuff. There's no way to do an even perfect transfer, right?
I mean, well,
right?
Losing you'd lose I would lose a trick shot gem because it probably would be sort of doesn't make any sense for me to put that in a wizard maybe. So I mean, I'm not sure about Anna. I'll let her answer because she's running the necro. I'm not sure how that is, but for a barbarian, yeah, I'd probably lose a few gems there and here. Not lose them. I just stash them and keep them for when I go back to the barb. But yeah, I would probably need to upgrade some of the other ones. I agree. You would lose like the gems probably. Essences as well. You'd need to hunt them down. But what do you think,
Charms.
Anna?
What
How
about
about the
charms?
Necro?
Charms
Oh,
too,
yeah, and
right?
charms.
Charm.
Yeah, charms. Yeah,
Necro is
yep.
probably the same
Great.
boat,
And
right?
no, yeah, you will definitely lose something. And guys, um, I'm not sure, but I'm kind of sure that you also, the more you're playing the game, the more you're going with the same character, you are becoming attached to this character, and
Hmm.
you like this character, and then yeah, I want to play Wizard, I want to play other character, I want to play Barbarian, okay, but I don't want to lose my Necromancer. I want to log in into the game and see that my Necromancer is there waiting for me. Kind of. I am a fan of this feature with the class change. I love that it's going to be in the game, but at the same time, right now when I'm playing so much, when I have my beautiful necromancer all leveled, all with his beautiful items, spend so many hours with this character, I don't know, guys, I don't wanna actually change him. And because in the process, in the process of changing, I will lose him, even if I can go back. That's why actually I think one of the cool features would be in the game is the leveling boost, how you can call it, whatever. Because if you played the story once, twice, no, how many times, each time repeating the story, each time leveling your character to level 60, this is a little bit annoying. That and this is actually this could be the great feature in the game. If you could probably buy, yeah, if you would probably if you could somehow this skip the process leveling to 60 after you leveled your first character, if you will just get level 60 character.
Yeah, I agree. Like you want to play a different class, but you don't want to have to go through the whole story and all the tutorials and all that stuff again. But Anna, with that said, if they brought a witch doctor to the game and if that was a current update, would you quickly switch out your necromancer and say, "Bye bye necro, we're going witch doctor," and would everything just kind of go out the door? I think it might.
In a second,
Yeah.
guys, that would happen in this particular second when they would bring witch doctor to the game.
I figured that. I figured that.
Gems, not gems. We are already there.
All right, Nemo, we're getting towards the end of the show. So, any last questions that we can kind of rifle through before we go that you have stashed? I do have our end of
Well,
show question.
sure, sounds good. There is one question that actually comes through a few times. Is how we're preferring to play versus the controller, mouse and keyboard, or on-screen controls? I'll take this one first. I definitely prefer on-screen. Now, I am a PC player, so I'm coming from Diablo 3, right? I'm used to playing D3. I also have an Xbox, obviously, so I play there. So I'm comfortable with the controller as well. But my preference is definitely on-screen controls. They're the least buggiest and the most natural for me. I feel like it really makes sense when I'm playing on the screen. So hands on glass for me. What about you, Echo?
For me, it depends on where I am actually. I mean, and I'm a mobile guy. I don't play PC games or console games anymore, and that was where my roots were. For me, if I'm out and about, I love playing on the mobile. If I'm here, you know, the quality on PC is incredible, Nemo. It looks so good on the PC. So if I'm sitting at my desk or in the office here, I'm going to play it on PC just because of how it looks. Um, if I had to just go based on controls, I would choose mobile. It's built for that. Everything functions perfectly on that, where it is a little bit buggy on PC. But something's to be said about being, uncapped gameplay on PC that just looks incredible. But if it's controls, I prefer hands on the glass like you, of course, with my claw socks. How about you, Anna?
I'm so enjoying that there is both options.
Hmm.
I am really, really happy with it because I'm streaming on PC mostly. Some battles, so Shadow War, I did on mobile. Pushing challenge rifts, I'm doing it on mobile because controls are truly better on mobile. But mostly I'm streaming on PC because, of course, bigger screen. I'm using mouse and keyboard. I tried controller, but on PC, at least for Necromancer, and at least maybe I didn't get used to it. I just no, not my thing. Mouse and keyboard is absolutely amazing, and I love it. But then I also incredibly enjoy that I can connect on my phone, and go and watch Netflix, just chill, do some dungeons on my phone, and everything will be running absolutely amazing. No, absolutely zero problems. Or if I'm going somewhere, or if I'm playing in a train, and yeah, I don't know. I just prefer that the system how it is, that it is existing, that it's working amazing on PC and it's working amazing on the phone.
Now, how do you feel, Anna, about being cross-play being the future? Diablo 4 being available on mobile as well. I'm not
I
saying
think
it is. I don't think it's going to be. By the way, I don't think they would do that because Immortal just came
no,
out. But I mean that would be cool. Just saying.
that would be actually amazing. That would be truly cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just because, yeah, I am as a person who like experienced it also in alphas, as a person who has it now, someone from my chat, by the way, also asked me, did you do you enjoy Diablo Immortal right now after the release more than in beta, or like in beta you enjoyed it more? Actually, I have a feeling that now I'm enjoying it more, because now I have a feeling that that it is mine, it's my precious, it's here, it's not gonna go away from me now. So basically, I can play forever, and I can play absolutely everywhere, and this is absolutely that's that is the future. This is great that we have a crossplay here.
Yeah, it really is awesome. It's a game feature that's been a long time coming, not only with Diablo Immortal, but with all games. I think it is what we will be seeing in the future. Who knows when that's going to be, but by all games. Now, before we get to the end of the show, which we have a tradition here where our good friend and family member over with the Scrappy Echoes sends us a random question, which last week we forgot. Sorry, Red October. But this week I have it. But before we get into that, I want to remind you, if you're watching this show right now, so I just had some questions come in on the chat that we already discussed. We already in-depth went through those questions. Watch this back. It's going to be live here on my YouTube channel, essentially directly after this is over. It's also going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Music as a podcast. So if we didn't get to your question, if you came in late and are wondering what you missed, you could check it out on all those platforms. It'll be available on the podcasting platforms probably tomorrow or maybe later today, but it'll be available right here on YouTube essentially directly after the show. So we try our best to get to all the questions. We have 1 hour allotted for the show. If we miss you, feel free to leave your questions in the comments section if you want. Come through our Discord server and ask, which is linked down below. Or just bring it to next week's show, because this is a weekly show here on the channel. So, we're not done yet. Anna is someone that you could find on Twitch and on YouTube. Anna Cake Live over on Twitch, and she's also putting out guides and things like that over on YouTube. Just search up Anna Cake Live or Anna Diablo Immortal or Diablo. And Nemo, he is from the Scrappy Academy YouTube channel, putting out regular Diablo Immortal videos as well. Links to everything are down below in the description of this video. If you're on Twitch, there's no links on Twitch, so you'll find them on the YouTube channel. But the question that we're summing things up with here, from Red October. Final question in honor of Anna. What's your preferred cup of coffee / espresso? But for those of you who don't know, in the morning, Anna posts a great picture of her coffee, which always looks so pretty, and Diablo Immortal on the phone next to her coffee. I love these pictures. They're great. And paired breakfast treat. I love your Twitter post, Anna, on that. So, Anna, we'll start with you.
Guys, I will need your help. Paired breakfast treat? What does this mean? What are you eating for breakfast?
What do you have with your coffee? Like, what do you... Paired means in conjunction. Yeah, what's your favorite thing?
Okay. No, the thing is that I'm always drinking cappuccino. This is all the photos with just a regular cappuccino with... I don't know, with the regular milk. It's a regular cappuccino. This is my everyday treat. And I'm not having breakfast already for a year. I figured out that I don't like eating in the morning. I am usually in the morning teaching some trainings. I'm a fitness trainer. And if I'm eating before, then I feel myself heavy. I feel myself that I want to sleepy. I'm becoming sleepy and I can't actually move properly. And that's why I don't have this. I don't have anything like something special for breakfast. Then I just have a regular dinner.
Yeah, but you also...
But always having morning coffee.
you also have a lot of treats. I see those tweets about you and the Instagram posts. You in those with all the bakery stuff all the time. I mean, are you just taking pictures or you actually eat that
Oh,
stuff?
yeah, no, I'm just taking pictures. I'm that, like, I do enjoy the great things, the great bakery things, and I'm taking pictures and posting them.
Hmm. Well, there you go. How about you, Nemo? What's your so little side note? Nemo and I, we're like best friends, and we do live fairly close to one another, so we get together from time to time. And Nemo had me over his house, and he made me a cup of coffee, which was like no coffee I've ever had before. He had this, we'll call it a whale type machine. It was a very nice coffee machine. So Nemo, what kind of coffee do you drink, and do you like, and what do you pair it with?
Yeah, you get it from coffeewhales.com. There's a special on it. So I like my coffee black. I like just regular black coffee. If I'm in Europe, usually, I'll have an espresso or something like that, or a double espresso or something. But sometimes I'll do a Americano. But generally speaking, I don't like Americanos because it's just boiled hot water with an espresso. So, but generally, I prefer a nice black coffee, no sugar, no milk, nothing on it. And my favorite breakfast treat is usually yogurt with granola and some fruits in it. That's what I have in the morning. Usually blueberries, banana, and some strawberries, along with a little bit of granola and some good yogurt. Siggy's is one of my favorite. So that's me.
Not sponsored. It's a very healthy morning for you right there, Nemo. For me, I'm actually in the same boat as Anna. My coffee, I don't go fancy. I love coffee, but I don't go to like the fancy coffee shop every day. I have kids. I have to drop them off at school. They get back right here in the office for work. So whatever comes out of the pot upstairs, which right now is a Starbucks blend. I know it's nothing crazy. I just need it for the caffeine. I live off of coffee. But I also don't eat breakfast, Anna. I don't typically eat until about 1 p.m. And then I have some type of a lunch. I don't know if it's good or bad for my body, but I also am on the grind in the morning and I really don't eat anything. So we're in the same boat there. But that's our show for today, guys. Anna, thanks so much for coming through. It's always nice having you as a guest. We should do this again sometime. So thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting.
You're welcome. And Nemo, it's always fun, man. Thanks for having my back throughout the show. And another one's in the books, episode 27.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure being here with you, Anna, and the rest of the community. Thanks so much for the questions, being here, hanging out. And I really can't wait till next week. Hopefully we have some more information about Diablo Immortal, some more exciting things to talk about it. Of course, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Echo.
Yes, I am as well. And thank you, the community, for tuning in, watching, giving us your questions, whether they're positive or negative. We're happy to address all of them so that everyone is clear on our thoughts and what we're thinking about the game, etc. Thanks to all the Scrappy Echoes for all the support as well. Guys, we're out of here. Have a great day and be good.